Good morning and happy Sunshine Sunday. It is July the 27th, 2025, and the sun is still in Leo energy. Happy birthday to those who are celebrating their trips around the sun in this Leo season. And today, guys, we pull from the numerology oracle card deck and we pull the card Compassion. Now, this can go in so many different directions, especially in this day and age when you talk about compassion. Because I think a lot of times compassion gets mixed up with grace, gets mixed up with understanding, gets mixed up with acceptance of behavior. It does. When we talk about compassion, we're talking about having the ability to understand another's point of view. But what you don't want to do sometimes is get that compassion confused with acceptance of behavior and acceptance of boundaries being crossed. And it's acceptance of disrespect. You can understand and have compassion for someone in their situation and where they're coming from without getting involved, without it interrupting your energy, without it not double crossing or crossing your boundaries or double crossing you. And that is the thing about learning how to be grounded, learning how to be observant, trusting your intuition and trusting your knowing and leaning on what God is showing you. And I think a lot of people get that confused. There's that. From the numerology oracle card deck here, it's the number 99. And we talk about this a lot on this channel about the numbers of completion. And as you know, I feel what resonates with me is that I feel the number 9 is the number of completing. Then you get to 10 completion, then you go to 1, you start all over again. Some people will say it's 7. It's to each his own, right? When we pull this card, it says this card indicates a need to be kind and compassionate toward others, especially those who extend beyond your family and circle of friends. Whatever it's the ill-tempered clerk at the supermarket checkout or the homeless person at the store. You're being urged to look beyond your judgment to see what lies beneath. Exactly. You can still say, give the clerk a smile. Hey, how you doing? You don't have to get this clerk's phone number. You don't have to invite them into your home. It goes, I think a lot of people, it's like when you're on that journey and you're trying to turn into this good, grateful, humble person, you feel as though you want to help everybody. I got to hear their story. I got to be assistance to everybody. No, you do not. What you do have to do is exude kindness and exude light. What you don't have to do is open your home, your heart, your mind, your spirit to everyone. But you do got to walk in kindness. You do. Easier said than done, because it's like that fine line. I talk about fine lines a lot on this channel. And that's that fine line that you have to learn. So it's like, you can be kind. There's nothing wrong with being kind. Saying hello, holding the door open for someone. There's something wrong with allowing that kindness to interfere into your life. That's the issue. And that's where I've seen, doing these readings that I've done over these years, is that it's the boundary setting that people have an issue with. It's not necessarily the issue with, because everyone is an individual. Everyone has flaws. What's the saying? Real G's gonna fuck up. You gonna fuck up. People are going to make mistakes. People are going to hurt you intentionally and unintentionally, right? But what you need to realize in your own personal power is that you have the power to recognize that some of the traits of this person do not align with me and could potentially end up harming me, even unintentionally. That's going to hit some people. You'll be like, oh, well, that person cheated on me. That person lied on me. That person gossiped on me. If you have compassion and understanding, really look at that person and ask yourself, did they know better? Because a person who gossips, a person who lies, a person who cheats, 9 times out of 10, and if you go read any Harvard psychology study or whatever, will show you that this person doesn't even really know who they are. How can they protect you and protect your heart, and they don't even know how to protect their own? But what you didn't realize, or what you look past, is that when you were being kind to this person, I'm not victim shaming. When you were being kind to this person, you was like, oh, I understand them so much, I'm going to allow this into my life because maybe I can help them. Ooh, maybe I can fix them. Maybe they will change because they can see how kind I'm being to them. Baby, you can't change someone who doesn't even know how to love them. And a lot of times, that over kindness and that over openness and the over boundary opening, you don't even really love yourself enough to understand that a boundary needs to be set, because everybody can't have that access to you. Everyone can have the kindness, but they can't have the access. It's two different things. You can always be kind. You don't always have to allow access. But you all stay blessed, stay safe, and stay protected. That's been your message for this Sunday morning. And I'll talk to you guys later. I promise I will talk to you later. Keep your notifications on if you so choose to. All right? And I'll talk to you later. Peace.